What if you had a system, a methodology that you could use to make sure that every single video that you made had the potential to go viral? I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Okay, so now before we get into this, please make sure to hit that little subscribe button below, like this video, and hit that little bell so you're notified every time that we post a new video. Okay, so let's get into this. It's called the Hero System. It's a system that I created when I was running big video teams at New York Magazine, Men's Health, Women's Health, NowThis, all of these brands, to try to find a way to train staff on what I often thought about as gut. You know, when I was first in the world of publishing, I used to think that, you know, a lot of the stuff that I knew I was good at came from my gut. That wasn't good enough for me. How am I going to scale that? How am I going to build big teams off of that? I needed to develop a system to make sure that everybody could make video on my team that had a chance to go viral all the time, right? And so that's where the Hero System came from. I'm going to teach it to you right now. Okay, so let's start with the H. The H in the Hero System stands for hook. So the hook really is how you start your video. You know, when you're doing a video on social media, the first 3 to 5 seconds have to be absolutely incredible. They have to be amazing, right? You have to blow people away. So there's 2 ways you can do this. You can either blow them away with crazy visuals. So if you went and shot footage for this piece of content that you're creating and you've got great footage, make sure that the best of the best goes right at the front. Don't wait for it. People won't get to the end of the video anyway, most likely. That's how Facebook and Instagram works, right? The graphs on engagement look like this. You can try to make them better, but it's very difficult, right? So it's all based around sharing. You want people to share this content right away. You want to give them a chance to share it before they even watch it, because that's how it goes viral. Sharing is really our currency here, not views. And if you don't have a crazy good visual, what you want to do is fly in a headline that's very, very specific and empathetic, that really cuts to the core of what the story angle is, right? Basically, this is a way to get people into the video even if you don't have good visuals, because you're speaking directly to them. So a strong headline or crazy visuals. So that is the first step in the Hero System. So the E stands for empathy. I'm obsessed with the concept of empathy. That's why I called my book Producing Empathy, because I really feel that at the end of the day, the reason why all of these videos that I've made, my teams have made over time, have racked up billions and billions of views is because people saw themselves in them. They saw a mirror. You know, they were sort of brought into the fold. It was empathy, it was emotional intelligence, it was feeling in other people what you feel yourself and making them feel that you feel these same things, right? And that is what people will click on. That is what people will watch. It's so important. And it needs to be the absolute core of every single video that you make online. Absolutely. So it has to have empathy at its core. So now the R is similar. The R stands for response. So when I'm talking about response here, I'm talking about emotional response. So this means not just sort of a passive response where you may sort of feel an emotion and sort of go on with your day. It has to be an emotion that people feel and then they want to take action on it. This is very tied to empathy. Empathy does a lot of this work for you, but actually response is much more nuanced than that. With emotional response, you're actually feeling a type of empathy which gets something inside the viewer to want to share that content. So what I'm talking about here is something where people feel like they're doing a service to the world, a service to you by sharing it with you, a service to others by sharing it. Like, I want you to feel something. You know, I felt empathy here. I want you to feel this empathy. Or I think you could benefit from feeling this empathy. Or I think you could benefit from getting this life hack. Or I think you could benefit from hearing this story because it'll make you think about your life more. If it feels too disconnected from your own experience and other people's own experience, it won't work. And that's why it's very nuanced, this idea of response, this emotional response. And the O is for over-deliver. So there's just a ton of content out there now. There's just so much content, and it's incredibly difficult to compete. So you have to make sure that the value level that you deliver to people in every single piece of video that you create is at least a 7 out of 10. A lot of people are going to be making the types of video that you're making. It just happens, right? There's going to be a lot of people doing it. They're not all using the Hero System, so you're in really good shape, but you still need to over-deliver on value. right? You've got to over deliver on value. People come to content looking for value. As they're scrolling through their feeds on Facebook, Instagram, they want value. They want to feel something, right? Even though they wouldn't admit it, and they certainly aren't thinking about it. They want to feel something. And so what you need to do is give them crazy amounts of value. Like just come in there and over deliver. And sometimes if you're telling a story, that means you do an extra 5 minutes of Googling. You add an extra layer of value on top of it. You give it more context. You know, has this happened before? What's next? How does this fit into the larger puzzle? This is what it means to over deliver. Just going a little bit deeper on value. So that is the hero system. That is what's so powerful. If you got value from this video, please subscribe to this channel. I've got so many more tips on viral video for you. Like this video, hit that little bell so you're notified, and we'll see you in the next video.